Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web. And RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
And DFWCatholic.org, spreading the truth one city at a time.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. Michael Voris filling in for Vic Faust. More trouble for the U.S. bishops. Healthcare is back on the front page, and the U.S. bishops have issued a call to action to oppose abortion funding in the current bill. However, research into the bishops' Catholic Campaign for Human Development reveals that tens of thousands of dollars have been distributed to at least one new group that is pushing for passage of the abortion-laden healthcare plan. The Tennessee Healthcare Campaign has issued a call to action of their own, insisting that supporters call their politicians and tell them to vote for the bill. This raises the question, how can the Bishops' Conference be funding groups that directly contradict their own directives? Still no official word. The U.S. Bishops' Conference is yet to give an official response to the charges that it is providing funds for groups that help advance the Democratic Party's culture of death. This in light of even today's breaking news about the Tennessee group. The Reform CCHD Now coalition is circulating a petition online, respectfully asking that such funding be stopped. Real Catholic TV urges you to read and sign the petition and pass it on to friends. A link is located right below me. Sydney, Australia sees an upsurge in vocations. A record number of men are entering seminary for the Archdiocese of Sydney, and up to 6 men will be ordained to the priesthood this coming June. A rise that observers partly attribute to the influence of World Youth Day in 2008. On June 11th, between 4 and 6 men will be ordained priests by the Archbishop of Sydney, Cardinal George Pell. This is the largest number of men ordained into the Archdiocese of Sydney since 1988, that according to the Archdiocese. Father Percy, the Archdiocesan spokesman, attributed the trend to World Youth Day 2008, but also to past World Youth Day events and to the Year for Priests, proclaimed by Pope Benedict in June of 2009. Stay with us, back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium. CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world. CatholicUnderground.com, the podcast about our Catholic faith and new media.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Atheists are too smart for their own good. Many more members of the intellectual elite consider themselves atheists more than the average British citizen. That from a leading professor of psychology at Ulster University. But another professor in London says that this view fails to take account of a complex range of social, economic, and historical factors. He says, quote, linking religious belief and intelligence in this way could reflect a dangerous trend, developing a simplistic characterization of religion as primitive, which, while we are trying to deal with very complex issues of religious and cultural pluralism, is perhaps not the most helpful response, end quote. And finally, proposed bill focuses on fetal pain. A proposed bill in Nebraska would ban abortions after the baby reaches 20 weeks of gestation because research has been established that the child can feel pain at that point. This would be a marked change because current abortion bans in the United States are determined by fetal viability, not fetal pain. Fetal viability is the point at which a fetus can live outside the womb, which occurs around 24 weeks. The Nebraska bill's sponsor, State Senator Mike Flood, Speaker of the Legislature, acknowledges that this would be a major shift. We'll keep you posted on the bill's progress. I'm Michael Voris. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure and check out the Vortex today, where we talk about spiritual terrorists. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.